Football thugs high on cocaine fueling terrifying surge in violence at stadiums. Football thugs high on cocaine are fueling a terrifying surge in violence at stadiums, a Sun investigation has found. Every ground we swabbed had traces of the Class A drug, which sparked the shameful scenes at Wembley in July's showpiece Euro 2020 final. Police chiefs are now calling for tougher punishments for cocaine users at grounds, including more use of bans, to prevent a return to the hooliganism seen in the 1980s. Britain's top football cop, Chief Constable Mark Roberts, warned that more fans than ever were taking the drug at games, creating a toxic mix of violence. He said, "As we see more violent incidents, cocaine is one of those factors along with alcohol that will make it worse, and make people more violent." One supporter also said cocaine at football was so rife that fans even snorted in their seats. "We discovered lines had been racked up on top of loo roll holders at Tottenham Hotspur and Chelsea, while a reporter was offered Charlie outside on a Brighton match earlier this month." At the Etihad, home of Premier League champions Manchester City, empty drug bags and one containing cocaine were found on a cubicle floor. Traces of the drug were also found on top of toilets at Arsenal's Emirates Stadium. Our findings come after an INFA report last month revealed cocaine was the catalyst for thousands of ticketless fans storming Wembley for the England-Italy Euro final. Fans were openly snorting the drug at the showpiece event, with one yob bragging to The Sun how he put a little flour in his bum during a 15-hour drug-fueled bender. Charlie Perry, 25, boasted how he had banged a load of powder during the big day and was then filmed firing off the flare in footage that went viral. Just before the pandemic, cocaine binges were blamed for a 45% increase in trouble at football grounds over the previous 2 years, including violence, pitch invasions and assaults on players. However, cops and fans say more coke than ever is being snorted at grounds, which was backed up by our probe. Sun reporter Liam Coleman used cocaine detection wipes on surfaces in loos at Man City, Spurs, Brighton, Chelsea and Arsenal this month, with 44 out of the 58 swab cubicles testing positive for cocaine. Mr. Roberts told The Sun clubs are looking at installing specialist surfaces in toilets to make it harder to take drugs, as well as bringing in more sniffer dogs. However, the officer, head of football policing for England and Wales, admitted it was tough to catch users. He said, "Cocaine is now more common in broader society than ever before, and that includes football clubs and football fans. It's an issue with society, but that being said it is then clearly going to impact football as well. Where people are high on emotions, which you do get in football, and then you add in cocaine use, that's a pretty toxic mix as how people behave, and it often leads to extreme violence." He wants a football banning order for anyone caught with drugs in a ground. Breaching one of those is a criminal offense, punishable by up to 6 months in prison. There are currently around 1,400 orders active across the UK, but Mr. Roberts believes a bigger push would see a drop in drug use. However, he added, "It's really difficult to police, frankly, unless you do full-body searches on people, and then you're still probably not going to find it anyway. It's something that's easy to smuggle into the ground. People can discreetly take it, probably easier than drinking a pint, so the hope will be we work with clubs and identify measures to make it just a bit harder for fans to take drugs. Whether that is putting liquids on toilet cisterns, having regular checks and sniffer dogs at every ground." Recommendations from the Euro 2020 report included stronger police powers against the use of illegal drugs. The independent review by former government drugs czar Baroness Casey slammed the thousands of football fans fueled by alcohol and drugs. Experts at Oxford University have confirmed that cocaine use makes supporters more aggressive at football matches. One survey revealed that more than 30% of fans had witnessed cocaine being taken inside a stadium, with 6% admitting to personal use. However, Drug possession or use was reported at only 103 of 2,663 regulated matches in England and Wales over the entire 2019-20 season, with the vast majority, 81%, involving cocaine. Despite clubs promising tougher measures on stopping drugs being brought into grounds, one fan claimed cocaine usage was rife before and during games. The supporter, who does not want to be named, told The Sun, "You see huge queues in the toilets, you see them doing bumps off keys in the stands, or just off their hands. It's everywhere. I've never known it like this before, and it just feels like it's getting worse and worse." All the clubs where we found traces of drugs told The Sun they condemned use. Several Premier League clubs, including Arsenal, said they had sniffer dogs in place at every match and that fans were searched using security wands before entering the ground. Another Premier League club said they used dogs outside away turnstiles for every game and on occasions outside home turnstiles. Bosses at Tottenham Hotspur described the drug issue as a societal problem and that it took a zero-tolerance approach to drugs in the stadium. The club, where a fan was photographed appearing to snort a line of cocaine on the pitch in 2017, also said it works closely with the Metropolitan Police on drug-related issues, and anyone found with illegal substances are banned. Meanwhile, bosses at Brighton and Hove Albion said it was increasingly concerned about the use of cocaine at matches. The club added, "We will continue to take all necessary and possible steps to prevent any illegal substance coming into our stadium, and we will continue to impose very severe sanctions on anyone found to be carrying or using any illegal substance in or around our stadium." The Premier League said it also condemns the use of drugs at stadiums, and its clubs are working alongside police to tackle the problem. A spokesman said, "Possession or use of cocaine is a criminal offense and can result in a football banning order. Ground regulations clearly state that drugs are prohibited and measures such as detection dogs are used frequently to combat it. Our clubs continue to work closely with police on this issue."